So if you're a golfer like me, you'll love going to the driving range. Hence where I am right now. This is Hartford driving range on a very cold winter morning. But how often are you utilising your time as best you can? Not just from a technical perspective in terms of what are you working on in your golf swing, but from a physical perspective as well. If you think this is 30, 60 minutes of our time that we get to spend away from work, away from our families, and just switch off and focus on enjoying our golf. So if we can make the most of this time, it will benefit our game massively. I'm Natalie, thanks for joining me on my channel. This video is all about how you can incorporate golf fitness or golf specific exercises into your driving range routine so it doesn't compromise you anytime. It will help you improve your technique and ultimately help you feel better and move better within your body. So 2 really simple exercises you can do on the driving range whilst you're practicing with only a golf club. I'll have to pre-apologise because the sun is directly in my eyes, but I'm not complaining because it's making me look more tanned than I did 30 minutes ago. So the first exercise is all about creating side bend. So if you're not sure what that is, it's literally a bend to the side. So in our golf swing, particularly the backswing, it's crucial you create and maintain some side bend. This will allow you to rotate on that fixed point in terms of angle of spine without having to lift up and change your posture in any way, which we know is not great from an injury perspective, but also from a functionality perspective in terms of your golf swing. Lots of the golfers that I've worked with over years and years really struggle to create side bend because it's not really a movement that we do on a daily basis. So the first exercise is going to teach us exactly how to do that. I've got my 6 iron, any iron will do the job. The wider you go with this, the easier it will probably be in terms of the club. So the longer the club, the more width you can create. I'm just going to get into a normal stance, so shoulder width just slightly wider. Wide grip on my 6 iron, big straight arms right above my head. So if you imagine from your belt buckle down to your toes is in concrete, you can't move. We can only move from the ribs up. The idea of this exercise is to create a simple side bend, mobilize through the ribs. The more free you are through the rib cage, the easier this will be. Really simple movement. All I'm going to do is slide from my right hand side of my ribs like they're dominoes. So one will knock onto the next like that. And I'll just move down to my right hand side, keeping a wide grip on the golf club till I get a stretch through this left hand side here. And on the right hand side, it's going to feel a little bit compressed, like everything's sort of stacked on top of itself. Couple of seconds hold, back to the middle, and you create that same side bend down to the left hand side. Same feeling, you're getting that stretch on the right, all a bit compressed and stuck on the left, and then back into the middle, and that's probably going to count as the 1 rep. Nice and slow. You'll notice that my legs are hardly moving, they're still quite tall. I've not really moved through the hips or collapsed at the knees. This movement is subtle, it's only through the rib cage. The arms above help just guide you into that correct position, both on the right and the left hand side, as well as exaggerating the stretch then up through the arm and the shoulder. So really simple movement, designed to be done slowly. We don't have massive amount of movement through the rib cage in terms of lateral side bend, so it's quite subtle. You'll get to a point where you feel like you're stuck, so you start sliding down, you're like, oh, that's it, that's as far as I can go, and that's going to be your end range. So a couple of things you want to avoid with this exercise. First thing is losing posture at the legs. So what we don't want to be doing is bending to try and get any further down laterally, because now I've changed my upper body posture as a result of that. So we don't want to be swaying or losing the knees or sort of sliding into the movement. The other thing is we don't want to be leaning into the lower back. So if I turn down the line, I don't want to be leaning backwards this way, where I've pushed my belt buckle and my pelvis forwards, and now I'm kind of hanging in the smaller bones of my lower back. Really uncomfortable, not very good for you. We don't want to be doing that. And the last thing is only moving at the arms. So just going like you're bringing the traffic in or you're bringing the planes in like this. You've got to take the rib cage with you. So nice, smooth, slow slide down. Think about one rib touching the next. So that top rib starts the movement, it hits the second, it hits the third, the fourth, and so on until you feel like you've hit full range of motion. While you're having a rest from your exercises, I'll just interrupt you to tell you about a mega Black Friday deal from GX Gloves. From the 21st to the 23rd of November, you can get exclusive access to loads of deals on the website. Free gloves with loads of multi-packs and massive sales and big reductions on loads of other products. But don't worry, if you miss out on that, you can get 80% off site-wide from Black Friday, the 28th to the 30th of November. There's a link in the video description here where you can sign up for early access, and the link will be in the bio as well. So don't miss out, get stocked up for next season and take a look at GX Gloves. The second exercise works through the lower body, particularly the hips and the pelvis, but this is a mega exercise because it hits loads of things in one. You can challenge your balance, your stability, your lower body strength, whilst mobilizing the pelvis at the same time. Again, you only need the golf club, so it's an absolute winner. This is a movement I see a lot of players really struggle with. It's something from a balance perspective as we get older as golfers, so more in the senior golfer range, becomes a real challenge. So in this driving range format, you might have hit 10 balls, time for a rest, do a few reps of this exercise, and that's an easy way to just build it into your routine. So I've got my 6-iron again. I'm going to hold the club head. The grip's going to just sit on my toes on the front here, and I'm going to turn side on because this is going to be much easier for you to see down the line. So grip on the toes, and all I'm going to do is literally push this leg back behind me. As this leg goes back, the opposite side leg here, so the left knee, will just ever so slightly flex forwards, or soften if you prefer that phrase. And as that happens, I'm going to be pushing back into this left hip here. So I'll start by nice and tall, good strong grip to the ground, and I'm going to push my right leg behind me. As that happens, I've tipped over through the chest here. Left knee has softened and come very slightly forwards, but I can feel all the weight here through this left hip, left glute, working hard to keep my balance, and I've still got a grip on the golf club. You're then going to come and finish the rep all the way up tall. So that essentially is the movement. So nice and smooth. Push the right leg behind you. You've got that golf club to help you out. As you make the movement, you can't do anything other than just tip forwards and push back into the hip. The same as exercise number 1. By using the golf club, it gives you no way out. You can only go where that fixed point is taking you. And the idea of this exercise is that we really push backwards into the hips, or the side that you're working on here, which is exactly the same position that we need to take and maintain in setup. So if I turn around here and I was hitting into this direction, when I set up to the ball, I'm looking to maintain this hinge position here, whilst I obviously hit my backswing positions, I'm still here. And then as I come into impact, I'm still here until I've hit the ball, and then I start to come out and up a bit. So mobilization at the pelvis and the ability to hinge is really important. If I show you on the other leg, you'll be able to see the angles of the knee and the hip a little bit easier on the right hand side. So I'll go on my left side this time, club on the toes, and I'm just going to push back. You can see that knee has just flexed forwards. I'm now into this right hip hinge in here. It's a tricky exercise because of balance, and then you're going to come up tall. So you might feel your knee and your foot shaking. I know I can. A couple of seconds hold, and then up tall. Now, that is the full version. You may find that a little bit difficult. So if you need to for balance, just use another club to help you. So one club will go on the toes, and I'm just going to use this other golf club to lean on, just to help me really nail those positions in terms of technique. So I can get used to doing the reps like this. And then when you feel, right, that's pretty solid now, you can just ditch that and then get into the movement that way. So that's an easy and effective way to spend your time on the driving range. You can get your practice done, but you can also build in 2 simple exercises as shown, whilst you're having a bit of a rest from hitting some balls. So maybe break it down in terms of 15 balls, working on technique, do one of your exercises, come back, hit another 15 or 20, do the other exercise, and just work it into that sort of routine that fits you. It's an easy way to not have to spend any more time and then go home and do exercises. You can just build it in while you're here. And best bit, you only need your golf club. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, hit the thumbs up button for a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel and you haven't already. And of course, share the channel with your golfing mates. There's loads of exercises on here that will also help them out. And I'll be back next time with a new video.